What's going on, fellas? Little bit of a voiceover today with some back testing in the background. I was just gonna upload this back testing, but I thought I might as well spew out some thoughts I have. It's a new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope y'all are feeling good, feeling refreshed after the break for some of you. And the main topic I just want to explore is why I think New Year's resolution is the most stupid shit ever. A lot of people are going to be like, what? But what? That's how people change themselves. Um, I think the idea of it is I can see why people follow it and why people think it's good. But I'm here to tell you, it's actually pretty stupid. And there's something you could do anytime, which is way better, and you don't have to wait for fucking 300 days to start whatever you want to start. And simply what it is just starting, bro. You know, that New Year's resolution, whether it's, oh, I want to go to the gym more, or I want to eat healthy, I want to be disciplined in my trading, I want to start trading, just some examples that I could think of, like that previous me would probably chop up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Um, that's so stupid. And there's a couple reasons I think it's stupid. Number one is you're just delaying your progress to a certain date when, say, it's like the start of December, and you're like, okay, New Year's, right? I'm gonna start trading, right? So you can either wait a whole month doing nothing and thinking about the idea, telling people, oh yeah, I'm gonna start trading, right? Getting it out there, letting everybody know, yep, that's my resolution, right? When in reality, you could at the start of the month be like, fuck New Year's, I'm gonna start trading now, so that I already have a month's experience. Like, you're delaying something that if you plan to do it, right? Why the hell are you delaying it, bro? Just do it. Like, start now. Take action, bro. That comes back to my take action video, right? Why are you not taking action? Why are you waiting for some idea that new year, new me, right? No, no. The truth is that it's just because it's a new year doesn't mean it's a new you, bro. A new you comes when you put the work in and you take action to build yourself to become a different version of yourself. That's what becoming a new you is. A number on a calendar does not automatically mean that's a new you and you're going to be disciplined and you're going to succeed in all your endeavors. Fuck no. That's not how life works, bro. And some people really need to fucking hear that, because people wrap themselves in the delusion that, oh yeah, new year, bro, I'm gonna be the fucking best person ever. And I used to be that guy, dude. I used to, be one of those people that would be like, oh yeah, New Year's, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna do that. And then New Year's would come, and I'd have so much. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'd have so much pressure on myself because I told a bunch of people I'm gonna do this, and it's my New Year's resolution. So if I fuck it up, then I'm done. I give up. I failed my New Year's resolution up, and that's not all just having a New Year's resolution. I think that's also just a bit of being scared of failure. I can't really like. I'm not. Yeah, whatever. I think people being scared of failure is a rational fear, because they don't want their peers to see them fail, and deep down they don't want to see themselves fail because it hurts. When you fail at something, unless you're like not a real human, that shit hurts. Failing and then giving up, choosing to give up, not being forced to give up, choosing to give up. You can't even really be forced to give up unless it's like you got like a chronological issue or something like that. But allowing yourself to give up is one of the worst feelings you can feel in the world. And I've felt that so many times because I've done that so many times to myself. I've said I was going to go to the gym, and then I failed and I quit the gym. Right now, I fail every day, bro. I fail trading. I lose trades. You're going to see in this back testing footage, dude. I fail hella trades, but every day I still hop back on and I do the same fucking shit until eventually, right? I'm failing less and my wins are outweighing my failures. And failure is great, right? If you're able to step back up from failure, you're like 10% of people in the world, because people are uncomfortable with failing, and they go back and they fail and they're like, okay, that was uncomfortable. I'm going to go back to sitting around and doing nothing because it's comfortable. That's why people get addicted to drugs, bro. People will like smoke weed, right? People will smoke weed and they'll get comfortable with it and then they'll stop, and then the withdrawals to me really is you being uncomfortable not being high or not being on something because you're not used to it, because you've conditioned yourself so much to be comfortable in that state of mind that when it's taken away from you, you feel like the world's ending. You feel like you're not real. You feel like you're not yourself. And I dealt with that shit too. I quit that shit a while ago, and doing it, that shit was hard, bro, because I was comfortable with it. But I realized that my life's not going to change if I keep holding on to this thing that makes me comfortable, because being comfortable is the worst position you can be in your life. Your whole life you should be uncomfortable doing the things you should do. Obviously you should enjoy your life, right? But you can enjoy your life being uncomfortable, because as you do these uncomfortable things, they start to become less uncomfortable and more comfortable, and they're good things too. Like if you get comfortable working hard every single day and failing and getting comfortable with failure and getting back up after your failure, you're fucking unstoppable, bro. There's nothing stopping you if you're comfortable failing, right? Because you're gonna fail in every aspect of your life over and over again. Failure doesn't stop. There's no magical key that's like, oh yeah, I fucking unlocked it, I'll never fail again and I'm only gonna be successful. Fuck no. Some of the most successful people in the world and in the space of trading, right? They fail every day, bro. Like, a good example that comes to mind, look at fucking TGR, bro. I know a lot of you fuckers love that guy. I don't mind him. He used to be my goat, but now it's like, why would I focus on someone else? That's kind of cope. That motherfucker lost like 200K trying to full port FOMC, and he loses all the time. And that's what I have the respect for him. I have respect for him because he shows his failures. A lot of these fuckers don't show their failures and they only show their wins. But failure is a natural part of life. You're going to fail in everything you do. You're going to fail in school. You're going to fail in your physical fitness. You're going to fail in with your mental. You're gonna fuck up, and that's okay. That's fine, because you're human. You're not fucking ChatGPT, and you're gonna fail, right? And you have to accept that. You have to rationalize it in your head, and then you have to slowly start getting uncomfortable, and then start to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been trying to work on for the past few months, and it's worked, bro. It's worked. My consistency is at its peak right now. Not with YouTube, I haven't posted a lot, but with trading and fitness, everything has been at its peak, and it's fucking great. It's amazing. The high you feel from not giving up and learning from your failures and getting back up from them is a high that you can't get from anything else in life, bro. You can do all the drugs in the world. You could fucking sit around, be a sloth, just be a consumer, right? And you think, oh, it feels good. But then you wonder, right? Why do I hate my life? Why do I feel no purpose in my life? Why do I feel no direction in my life? Why do I feel sluggish? Why do I feel foggy? It's because you're fucking feeding yourself and indulging yourself in things that are meant to slow you down, that are meant to keep you behind, because those are what those things are meant to do, right? They sell for a reason. A lot of those things, they're an addiction, bro. Like bad food, fast food, that's an addiction. That is an addiction. There's so many chemicals and compounds in that train your brain to be addicted to the taste and the convenience of it. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans, right? We all want the easiest thing. We want what causes us the least amount of pain, the least amount of discomfort. And that's your brain trying to protect you, because, thousands some odd years ago, everything was trying to kill you, right? So you needed that. But now in this day and age, there's things that are trying to kill you, like the fucking food, the fast food. But now you've been conditioned to fucking like that and be comfortable with it because it's easy, it's quick, it's cheap. It's not even cheap anymore, bro. I go to McDonald's, a 10-piece McNugget meal is like $20, bro. You know what you can get with $20? You can get a pound and a half of ground beef, cook that bitch up with like some rice. That shit's whole foods, hearty, keeps you full, great macros, right? But people don't want to cook it. They won't want to go out to the convenience store and buy it, or the supermarket, and they want to meal prep it, or it doesn't taste as good. Well, It's because they're comfortable with the taste of fast food and all that shit. I'm going on a little side tangent right now, but New Year's resolutions, while I think the idea of bettering yourself is obviously great, right? Making a decision to change your life is fucking amazing. But waiting for a set date to do it is fucking stupid. And anybody who disagrees with me, feel free to disagree with me because I will stand on this my whole life. It is New Year's resolutions are stupid. Start now. Start today. There's nothing stopping you from starting. It's the hardest part, yeah, but once you start, you get the ball rolling. And a lot of people say that, like, why did you start? Then you're good. That's not necessarily how it works, because you could start and then the next day you could feel like quitting. But that moment when you choose, fuck you, fuck my brain, I'm not quitting. I want this. I'm gonna keep working on it. That is when the ball starts rolling because you're starting to train your brain that you don't fucking care if it's uncomfortable or if you're failing. You want it so bad that you just continue to do it. And as you keep doing it, then the ball gets rolling. And then you start conditioning yourself to enjoy that pain, enjoy that discipline, so that the ball starts rolling and you start compounding these wins to where it's just as easy as it was to fucking DoorDash, Uber Eats, smoke, and fucking consume content all day. Well, it's as now that you've conditioned yourself, getting up like at 6 a.m., having a shower, doesn't even have to be a cold shower. I still hate cold showers. Working on yourself, working on your passion, keeping yourself happy, keeping yourself healthy, and having a clear mind is just becomes just as easy as it was to consume and live in that just that downward spiral of directionless meaning. And I speak all of this from past experience because I've experienced. There was one time in my there still is sometimes, but there was a time in my life where I had no purpose, I had no meaning, I had no direction, and I was confused and I was stuck, and I would lean on different outs to make me feel comfortable and not there, so I didn't have to think about it. And it came to a point I was doing that so much that doing those things would just make it even worse and make me think about those things even worse and have like a midlife crisis because I was doing it to myself. And that's something I couldn't realize until finally I was able to rationalize, sit down with myself and be like, okay, something's got to change or I'm going to live the rest of my life like this. And nobody wants to live their life like that. Seriously. That homeless guy under the bridge shooting up heroin, you think he wants to live like that? That was a normal human like everybody else. He still is a normal human, but he's plagued by addiction. He was an everyday guy. He might have had a family. He probably had goals, but he never, maybe he set his eye on them. But he failed too much and it got to him, and then he started leaning on those substances. That's why I also think that you treat everybody with respect, man, because you don't know what people are going through. Even if it's like I said, some dude, some crackhead, right? Treat him with respect, man, because you don't know what happened to them to make them get there. And everybody has a story, and everybody has a reason on why they've done the things they did, or why they've changed, or why they haven't changed. So give everybody a fair shot. And if you can actually communicate with someone, you can learn about them and you can learn what happened to them and why that happened to them. And maybe you could apply that to your life and make sure that never fucking happens to you, because you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. And then that should also give you motivation. Talking to those people, knowing that the motivation of, do you want to live like that? Fuck no, you don't. So man up, nut up, and just put the work in, bro. And put the work in and watch the results come. Because the results will come regardless if you're putting in, if you're giving all of yourself to your passion and your goals, the results will come. And that's final. There's physically no way, if you're putting everything into something, that you will not get results. The speed of those results are very dependent on a lot of different variables, but the results will come. I've been trading for consistently like six months, right? And those first few months were, I didn't even know what the fuck. I didn't know what a contract was, and I those 6 months I put work in. I gave all of myself to it every single day, and now I'm hitting great risk to reward ratios. My psychology is absolutely amazing. I'm profitable on paper. I'm going to get a funded soon, and maybe I'll fail it or maybe I'll pass it. Who knows? Because nobody knows the future, right? But the thing is, right? You can change your future. You can't change your past, man. You can't look back on your past and be like, damn, I wish this happened. I wish this. Why did this happen to me? Why? What could I? You can think back and learn on what happened and what you could have done different. And if that situation ever happens again, you can apply that. But, oh, my monitor just shut off. What the fuck? But, I'm kind of losing my train of thought here. What the fuck? Yeah, that's kind of just what I wanted to get out. It's like a little diary entry or some shit. And if you're watching this, maybe you could take something. I hope you can take something away from this. And to anybody, it's a new year, and if you are still if you still think that New Year's resolutions are a thing, just stick with it, bro. Even when it's gonna get hard and you're gonna fail, but stick with it, bro, because you can do anything you want in life, right? That's a guarantee. Anything you want, bro. Anything you want in this life, you can have. You can do it. But you have to apply yourself and you have to take action if you want those things. So all in all, I think New Year's resolutions are dumb. Apply yourself today. When you have the idea, apply yourself. Learn about it. Work on it, because why the fuck not? Why would you wait? You're just delaying the outcome that you want. You want to get jacked? Why wait an extra month, 2 months, 3 months to start when you could work out those 2 to 3 months and have a great base? That's it.